All right, everyone, we're going to continue with part two of our broadcast for this week. We went over the introduction, and now we're going to look at the long-term trend, excuse me, of the S&P 500. As we can see, as we mentioned before, that we are in a green background. We saw some um, consolidation that it had been topping, and over this past week, we see that we have a little, pullback. However, we are still above our rising moving average. This is our line in the sand. This is a 40-week moving average. As long as this moving average is moving up and the price is above it, our consensus is we are still in a uh, bull market, and it is confirmed with the green background. So we're going to move on now to the Dow Jones Industrial, and we can see similar um, characteristics. Looking at the price action, each one of these bars represents 1 week. In a week we hit here at the week of February the 29th, we hit an all-time high. However, since then, we've been coming down, down, down. We've broken below our first phase, which gives us a warning that there is a pullback uh, uh, at hand, and we do have a confirming indicator, the MACD, that this is a possible top for this rising trend that has been going on since uh, June of 2025. We've been going up, 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 and now we're coming down. But however, it touched that rising moving average and bounced back up. And we still have a green background on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Moving on now to the NASDAQ Composite, similar pattern. We have a green background. We have a confirming MACD that gives us a indication that what we were seeing was a top. The prices just did not move up or down in any significant way. We're still above a rising moving average, and we're going to wait, watch, and see what happens. But right now, as of this broadcast, as of today, we're still in a uh, bull market, which I would refer to as a bull correction. We are in the correction mode right now. Okay, nothing to panic about, but we want to be very, very cautious. We're going to move on to the Russell 2000. As we can see, we have a green background denoting that we are still in a long-term bull, right? Remember, long-term trends dominate, short-term trends fluctuate. So that's what we're seeing right here, a short-term fluctuation. We still have our line in the sand, the 40-week moving average, moving up, and the price is above it. So that's where we stand. As far as the general market is concerned, um, you may hear headlines that we're headed into a bear market and headed into recession and all of that. But as I forestated, um, the goal with charting at the beginning of the program, the goal with charting is to separate the signal from the noise, right? So we're going to go ahead and continue with the rest of the program where we see our different stocks that we have highlighted in the beginning. Okay, and close that out. Different stocks that we have highlighted in the beginning, and we want to see where they are on a long-term basis. So in the strong sectors that we have mentioned, we are looking in the mining and metals sector, XME, right? And this is where you have your gold and your silvers and your coppers and your rare earth and your zincs and so forth. So right here, we can see on a weekly basis that it has been coming down um, for about 3 or 4 weeks. actually, giving a little bit of a breather from that long extended rise that was beginning from June 2025 all the way up to here now in 2026. So what we like in the metals and mining sector, we like silver and gold. So we have highlighted in the newsletter, we highlighted SVM. And as you can see on a weekly basis, it's really, let's go back, SVM. And as you can see on a weekly basis, it's really come up from last year, near last year, around April. It was $3.15, and now it hit a high of 14. So there's 3, 6, 9, 12, almost a 500% return on your money in less than a year. It pulled back here for about 3 weeks, and now it's starting to show signs of recovery here at the 1183, we'll say $12 level. And if we look at it on a daily basis, we still have our uh, long intermediate flow intact, and it just came down from that 14 level in the last 3 4 days. It's been coming down, but we do have our system in track, what we call our bull stack, right? And we still have what we call our money flow or forecast intact. We like to see that it stays above 50. That gives us the confidence that it still has the momentum to bounce back from the recent high. So that is SVM on a weekly and daily basis. We're going to go and look at right now in the precious metal sector. We're going to look at NGD. That was our silver play. Now NGD, not NGS, NGD. Okay, we have NGD. Now this is a weekly chart of NGD, and as you can see, last year about this time it was $2.73. Got all the way up to $13.63 in less than a year. So we go, let's just say $3, 3, 6, 9, 12, about all over 400% return. Now it started to pull back a little bit over the past 3 weeks, and looks like it's bottoming out here. This week we have the relative strength. I love when we have stocks like this that have a strong relative strength. That means it is outperforming most of the stocks uh, in the entire market. And on the short term or the intermediate term, we still have our bull stack. What we like to see is these moving averages, the 21, the 34, the 55, and 89. We call this our trend is still up, even though it's starting to penetrate over the past 4 days, but it's hitting that 50-day moving average and maintaining. So an old adage that has been proven throughout the years, when your stock that has surged, so much, and it pulls back and it hits that 50-day moving average and it does not penetrate. So that's the thing. It has not penetrated that 50-day moving average, and we still have what we call the money flow market forecast indicator that is above 50. That is letting me know that the momentum is still strong. This is just a short-term pullback, and as soon as we get our signal, which we will look for to our Fisher transform to give us a signal, or our SAR, which is um, the stop and reverse indicator, to move to the bottom. That will be our signal to enter in to back into new gold, because it will be reestablished as a with a new uptrend. Also in the XME, or the metals and mining sector, we have a rare earth stock that we're looking at, USAR. Okay, and it on the daily, it just started to consolidate. We do have our stop and reverse on the bottom, and if we look at it on a weekly basis, let's go back here. If we look at it on a weekly basis, we can see that it again, this is one of those stocks just phenomenal. Started out last year about this time at $5.50, went all the way up to $43. Oh man, I don't know what percentage that is, but we can try to calculate it right now. 15, 20, it's about a 900% return. Wow. And then, of course, it retraced and it hit a bottom here right at um, about $21 in mid-January. And it has been consolidating ever since then. Has not given us a signal to enter right now, but this is one that we really waiting, watching, and seeing on this particular one when it gives us the signal to break out. Right now, it's still moving down. We don't have the momentum that we are looking for on the market forecast. It's at 16. We like to see it at 50 or above. Where else can you get information like this for free on the internet other than here at the Money Flow newsletter forecast, and market review? All right, so that's it for the mining and metals. We're going to look for on our energy sector, which is the XLE, strong sector. We just talked about that in the part one of the program with oil, but in our particular portfolio, we have a company called ET. I think we mentioned that in the introduction. And as you can see, it's been pulling back over the past few days, but we still have our bull stack. What is that bull stack? D has our moving averages are rising, but the price is above it. However, it's been moving down. What we're looking for here is for a simple reversal in the uh, SAR, what we call the SAR, the stop and reversal signal to give us our entry point back into, or we already invested in ET, but looking to add to our position in ET. And then also there is another stock, a Brazilian stock called PBR, which is a little bit more volatile. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, he's just taking his time. All right, so we'll just move on from PBR and we're going to look at DHT. All right, as you can see on the daily, strong chart came up, gave us the signal here at $11, say just 11.50, and went all the way up to 20. So that basically almost doubled over a few months period, starting to pull back a little bit. We still have a bull stack, and we do have our momentum indicator giving us that this momentum can be sustained. If we go in and we look at it on a weekly basis, here is our weekly, and it's just up, strong, strong. So DHT is one that we're looking at. And now we're going to look at one more in the utility sector, PCG. And utilities has been moving up. We like PCG. We're invested in it. It has pulled back for a couple of 2 days, and still we have that bull stack. Our market forecast is intact with a number above 50. So there you have it. So with that said, every day and every way we get better and better. Every day and every way we grow more prosperous, successful, and victorious. And God's love continue to surround us and fold us and wrap us. And we go forth in perfect peace and ever increasing prosperity.